you all day. Can't see this any other way. There's nothing wrong with this. Need you to listen when I say I'm a little bit tired, a little bit tired.
Hello,
And
broken
I don't
dreams.
wanna fight now. Don't really wanna fight.
Today is a somber episode. Obviously it's a somber episode because today is the day that we don't have anything Spider-Man related to talk
Yeah.
about.
I mean, we really set it up the last 2 weeks that we were mainly about Spider-Man,
But then
and now there's no Spider-Man news, really.
nothing. Oh, there actually is. There actually is, but this is one you can't make a joke about. So do you even want me to talk about it?
I will probably make a joke about it.
Oh, maybe not when you hear it.
Is it about the short film thing?
Nope.
Oh, no. Okay, go for it.
I believe one of the original Spider-Man comic book artists passed away.
I think that's true, but also the Wolverine guy did. Definitely. So if that's the same dude.
I think it might be, but he made some of the most.
Stan did Spider-Man.
He did the first couple. It was like some of the more I saw. It was like, here's some of his work in honor of him, and like I've seen some of them before.
Yeah.
They're like different. There's like one of like Spider-Man and MJ getting married is like the picture, and it's like he did that and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's very sad when something like that happens, but I think it's really cool because people post a bunch of their art to like say like, here's all the cool stuff they did when they were around, and I really like seeing that sort of stuff.
Cool. Let's have fun now. Hi, I'm One Brother Tucker.
Hi, I'm the taller brother Sam. It's us. It's the podcast time, and
Podcast time.
I remember thinking to myself, I need to tell Tucker we should be more energetic, and then I never did, and we sat down and said, let's start this episode really sad.
I said quiet. Not
You said
sad.
quiet, and I took it as sad. So here we are.
Back.
It's a new episode. Stick around because I have a new segment that I want to make a regular, and I'm very, very excited about it. But we're not going to do it first
Why
because watch time. People will stick around for a little bit longer. A little bit longer.
Now we need another funny bit to start this show. I was kind of counting on that.
We watched Saw last night.
Yeah.
We could talk about that for a second.
I don't wanna.
Okay, you watched Boogeyman right before you came here.
I did.
You want to talk about that?
No.
Okay. This is really funny. This is good content. All right, we let that one person. Hold on.
Purge.
There it is. All right. I'll start 3 minutes in. You know, get those people who usually click off after the first 2 minutes to click off after the first 2 minutes because we spent the first 2 minutes talking about sad things. This is a new thing that I have lovingly dubbed Tuck Nose. What it is, because you like.
So wait, so this is the thing now?
This is my new segment.
Okay.
Tuck Nose.
Okay.
So I've discovered a new subreddit because our whole podcast revolves around subreddits.
Yeah.
It's called Explain It Like I'm 5. Where
Okay.
people just ask questions that it's like, this doesn't make sense to me. Explain it to me like I wouldn't know.
This is very good.
So I'm going to read once a week, maybe twice, and maybe I'm hoping people send in their own questions that they want to know, and I will research because people, like actual people, answer these questions with actual answers.
Yeah.
And we will get to those eventually. So if people send in questions, I will research and answer, like find the real answer for the questions. But the more fun side of this is you've been making up fake lies about Spider-Man because
I know.
you're right. Yeah, no, all of them are real. But you're very good at that. And so I'm going to read you one of these questions, and I want you to explain to me why. Explain to the audience and me like we're 5.
Okay, I got it.
Why this is the way it is. And it doesn't need to be like, well, you see when your tum-tum goes boom boom. Like, you don't need to say it like that.
But
Just
I
explain
may-
it
but
to
I
us
might.
in like normal
If it
terms.
involves Tum Tum and Boom Boom, I probably will.
Well, explain it to me like I'm 5. Okay. Why hunger hurts so much after a few hours if we could go days without eating and be fine?
All right. Billy, sit down. Sit down, Billy. Okay. That's Billy.
Okay.
Billy, here's the thing. When your tum tum
Mm.
hurts after you don't eat for a while, this is why that happens.
Yeah.
It's because your stomach's mad
Yeah.
at you for not putting food in it. It's very angry. Sorry, your tum tum is mad.
Yeah.
It's very angry that you haven't put any of the yum yum in it. And so,
Can you give me one example of yum yum?
well, spaghetti.
Mm.
When you don't put spaghetti in your tum tum, it gets mad because there's no yum yum
Uh-huh.
in the tum tum.
Uh-huh.
And so to retaliate, it starts eating away at little bits of your lungs and kidneys and appendicitis and things like that
Of course.
to fill in the yum yum itself, because it goes, if you will not supply me with my yum yum, you are going to be my yum yum. And that is what it says in the science book that I read. And so that's why you can go days without eating, but the longer you go without eating, the harder it is to breathe, and for your kidney to do what it does, and for your appendix to just be there.
Uh-huh.
And so that's why it starts hurting, and that's also why your dad can't breathe very well, because he went a long time without eating. He fasted, and now he has to breathe through it.
I like that. That was a good one. That was a good first one. Now, I should have said who responded instead of but I just have the response here. There is a hormone in your stomach that I don't want to pronounce because it starts with a GHR, and that scares me.
Rah.
So I will try it once. Ghrelin ramps up at the times of day your body is used to eating. So that's why it starts hurting. If you don't eat at those times, it becomes painful. If you continue to not eat, the pain will go away after a while. And eventually your liver starts burning through all of the sugar it has stored and then starts burning fat for fuel.
I think it's a combination of two things. I think it's a combination of it being hungry when you first started eating, and when it's been a certain amount of time since you've been eating, and you usually don't wait that long between eating. Because I had an early lunch.
Well, it's like you said,
and then I was hungry at 4:00.
Well,
because I don't ever eat at 4:00.
Yeah, it's like your body's used to increments of time in between eating, and so when it doesn't have that, at least that's what it sounds like. When it doesn't have that, hormones start going, which are like, "Hey, we're hungry, feed us," and it's painful to get your body's attention. That's a good Little Shop reference. Awesome. All right, I think. Well, wait, before we go on, that's the new segment.
Yeah.
That's the Tuck Nose segment. So please, if you're listening to this and you have a question you would like to hear Tucker answer, please send it to the Instagram.
No, the Gmail.
Send it to the Gmail, which is how the brother side lives
at gmail.com.
How the brother side lives at gmail.com, and just put Tuck Nose in the heading. Please, I promise I will give you a real scientific answer. I promise Tucker will make it as funny as he can. I promise all of those. Please, I would love to get viewers in on this, and I know that we have at least one person.
I will not promise to make it funny. That was my legit answer.
Okay, so there's that. Also, send in Reddit stories, such as this Delightfully Bonkers, because we didn't do any Delightfully Bonkers last week.
That's my beef.
That is your beef. I
about
love
my
you,
beef.
but that is your beef.
Why did I? What were we doing last week?
I was doing not much. You were doing a lot of things.
Oh,
apparently.
I came from work.
Yeah.
That's not my beef.
Well, you had a lot of time outside of work.
No, I didn't.
I have had these Reddit stories in my phone for 3 days because I stay on top of things.
I'm always tired when we record this podcast.
What?
I'm always tired when we record.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
up your energy and let's rock it out.
Okay.
Here we go.
My wife and I just brought home our beautiful baby.
Oh.
Alliteration. When we got home, I wanted my older son to hold the baby. He's 14, but my wife said no. She said she wasn't comfortable with anyone but us holding the baby yet. I wasn't happy about this, but I respect that. As a mom, she's anxious about how vulnerable her baby is, so I let it go. Yesterday, her sister came over and wanted to hold the baby. I said no, that my wife and I aren't comfortable with anyone but us holding him yet. My wife then said it was fine, that her sister was a special case. I said no, that I wasn't comfortable with it. Her sister was offended and left. My wife is angry with me and says I'm delightfully bonkers to her sister. I think I am just being consistent. Was I bonkers to my sister-in-law?
This is a good one.
As parents.
Nope, but I want to be one oh so badly. I mean, not like right now, because I'm only 18, and that's not something I'm looking for. That's not something I'm looking for.
Keep talking.
When I turn 20, I want to be able to post the IB teen pregnancy.
That's my least favorite joke in the world. And I had a couple people say it to me this year, and I laughed, and I was like, I hate it.
Yeah, but so I don't want to. I really want to be a dad, and so I get the whole like, oh, I don't know, kind of work. But like, I guess first of all, I think I need to know more about the son, because if your son is known for being like clumsy
Yeah,
and
but I
like
don't think if your son is never being clumsy, your dad's not going to be like, oh, but nah, he can still hold his baby.
that's true. It's just
Also,
like
that feels like they would have had like a conversation on the way back, being like, hey, listen, Grant is really clumsy, so we shouldn't probably give him this kid to hold.
that's
Like, no, you're right.
true.
Before getting back to them being like, no, probably not.
I mean, like I get the difference between like a middle school boy and an adult woman. Like I get that, but at the
Yeah, but
same
I held
time,
our baby
like
sister when I was 8.
exactly. At the same time, like we've done it, and like kids are not like kids get that you got to be gentle with a baby if you tell them.
For the most part.
For the most part, like sometimes they don't. They sometimes don't know how to be gentle. But if you're like, no, no, gentle, they're immediately like, oh yes, and they'll like back off. At least in the ones that like the experiences I have had with like watching kids with babies.
Yeah.
So I don't. I think that it was unfair to the boy. I do feel like this was. I feel like this has the same vibe as there's another subreddit that I will sometimes like look for stories on called malicious compliance, which is like somebody's told like you got to do this thing and they're like I am aware that that is not a good idea and they're like do the thing and they're like okay. So it
Well,
feels
but
like the
this is
dad
the.
but it
But
feels like
if that conversation was never had, and the husband like it doesn't seem like he was being a jerk about it in the beginning.
in the not in
She
the
said,
beginning.
"Can I
I'm
hold it?" And he
saying
said,
when
"No,
the
you can't." Blah 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 blah. And then the wife's like, "Nah, it's fine. Nah, dude, it's cool." And then you're like,
but the fact that the dad then leaned harder into the like but the rule is we do not let anyone. Like it feels a little malicious compliancy.
But
I'm not
also,
saying he's wrong for it. I'm
he's
not
not
saying
wrong
he's
for
wrong
it.
for it. I don't think to me this doesn't feel like anyone's delightfully bonkers specifically.
I think the
Other
mom
than
is
the
delightfully bonkers.
I think the mom and the dad need to like figure like actually figure out
because
what the rule is.
assumedly, it is also her older son.
That's true. It sounds like they just don't want Derek to hold the baby.
Yeah, this is their roundabout way of going. Listen,
Is that what we named the kid? You
no,
dropped
we
a
named
name.
him Grant.
Grant. It
We're
sounds like
like,
they just don't want
Grant,
Grant to hold
you
the kid.
don't get to hold the baby. But they were like, let's say no one
But
gets
we'll
to
just
hold
say,
the
oh,
baby.
Grant. It's not you, Grant. It's not
us.
you.
It's the baby.
No one can hold the baby. But then the
Yeah.
dad's also kind of stupid because that's why they don't want Grant to hold the baby. He's stupid. So the dad heard it and he was like, oh, so that's the rule. Oh, okay. He didn't catch the drift that the mom was trying to float.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the mom needs to. I feel like I've heard from most parents like when you hit the second one, you're a little bit more like you like. There's a little bit more laxness in it, and so it feels like the mom is being just like more protective. I don't know. It seems unfair to Grant. If Grant's like, I want to be a good big brother, I want to hold my baby sibling, and I want to take care of him, and the mom is like, you cannot, but Aunt Becky can.
Get out of here, Becky. I think it's a girl, and that's why she's protective over it. 'Cause it's a
Maybe.
newborn.
I also think
They're like,
it's
we got the boy,
uh-huh.
now we have the girl,
And we got to catch them all.
and we gotta catch them all.
I think it's
so we don't want her
I
to
think
go
it's
to the
first of all, if I
box.
may, I think it's absurd that the aunt got mad and left.
Well,
I'm assuming that there's going off of only the details they give. She showed up and she was like, "Can I hold the baby?" And the dad was like, "I'm sorry, we don't let anyone." And then the mom was like, "No, she can hold the baby." And the dad was like, "No, she cannot." And then Becky was like, "I never." And then like stormed out of the house.
well, they live in a really small town, so she lives like 2 doors down. But it wasn't like a trip.
But like still like storming out of a room is never a good idea in my opinion. Like
No, sometimes it's warranted.
I don't know. Like it always seems like a better idea to me to like finish the conversation even if it ends on a sour note. But just like being
Well,
like
that felt like the end. That was how her ending the conversation because there wasn't any way around at that point. If the dad was like, "No, I don't want it to happen," it's not gonna happen.
that's true. I don't know. I think the mom and the dad need to talk and actually figure out if the rule is actually no one can hold the baby or if
Or
the rule is
Grant
Grant can't hold the baby.
And if that's true, I'm sorry, Grant. I'm sure you're
It's
great at holding
unfair.
babies.
It is unfair
You're
to
a great
Grant.
baby holder.
Unfair to Grant
If I
if
know
that's the
one thing
rule.
about you, Grant, you're a great baby holder. I've
That's
always
true.
said it.
Do you think any Grant will ever listen to this podcast?
Nope. My friend recently had a baby, and she named him hashtag. Yes.
Wait.
read that right?
Wait. You're jumping straight into another Reddit story.
Yeah. She named her
Is
child
this a delightfully bonkers?
after a social media symbol.
Oh my goodness.
When she first told me the name, I thought she was joking. But she
Hold
was
on, wait.
dead serious.
This is my last question. is the kid's name the word hashtag or
Yes.
is it the symbol?
I don't know. It's spelled out hashtag on this. I'm assuming it is
Okay,
also.
okay.
I couldn't believe it. I tried to be polite and tell her that it was unique, but she kept insisting that it was a great name, that her child would be one of a kind. I just couldn't hold it in any longer, and I finally told her that his name was ridiculous, that her child would likely face a lot of ridicule and bullying in the future. She got upset and accused me of not being supportive of her choices. Now our mutual friends are split on the issue. Some agree with me that the name is absurd, while others think I was too harsh and should have kept my opinion to myself. So am I bonkers for telling my friend that her baby's name is ridiculous, or should I have just kept my opinion to myself?
No.
Let's look up a list of banned baby names.
Because a lot of them are Pokemon, if I remember correctly.
What? These are goated. I don't understand why any of these. This is from February 10, 2022.
These are a list of banned baby names. Banned babby names.
Some specific states have stricter naming laws, and a few states like Kentucky have none in place. Regardless, here's a handful of names that were ruled illegal by courts in the U.S. This is not an extensive list, so I'm going to find a couple more after this.
Okay.
The initial list: King,
Okay.
Queen, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
The third.
Wait, just
the the lines.
Oh.
Santa Claus, Majesty.
Do you think the third
Yes.
was banned because someone tried to name their baby the third?
That would have been goated. Also, their last name is also the third.
No,
they were
they're
like
the
Madonna
third.
style?
They're the third person to be named the third. So his father is the third. Or his grandpa is the third senior. His dad is the third junior, and he is the third.
And they're like, we're done.
And they were like, okay, this was funny the first
We
two time,
maxed
guys.
Adolf Hitler, Messiah, and the @ symbol.
The @ symbol seems the most applicable to what is happening on this one.
40 illegal baby names that have been banned around the world.
Oh, around the world. As you were scrolling quickly, I thought I caught the word liver.
Oh, View gallery. Nutella.
Nutella. That one. Is it a trademark thing? Will Nutella?
Not because it was not banned because of copyright laws, but because the judge said it would make her the target of derision. The baby was renamed Ella.
Ella's a good name for that one.
Ella's a good name. Like, it's a very good name. But
Ella's a very good name, especially if you wanted
usually
Nutella.
in my brain, it's like someone's like, I want to name my kid this. Like, okay, guys, make it. No one else ever did that. But now they're like, you have to change your kid's name.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Phrase, which means strawberry. Strawberries go well with Nutella. Is this a conspiracy?
The next one's just like bread.
Prince William.
I can't name my baby Prince William?
No. You can't. It's supposed to be pronounced Albin.
No, it's not. For people who cannot see, this word
It is BRFXXCCXMNPCCCLLMNCKSSQLBB11116. Or Albin.
Or Albin for short.
Albin for short.
It's just the fact that it was going through and it's like
Going
Nutella. It's like, that makes sense. Phrase, a word for strawberries. That's strange. Albin. But Albin spelled bricks.
I'm going to put this on the Instagram on Sunday as a tease.
What you do? No, I'm out of curiosity. Put it now and have people like, how would you pronounce this?
I don't want to do that.
Oh,
Metallica, Lego, and Elvis.
okay, but that's 3. Does that count as one of the 40
Also
baby
in
names?
Sweden, parents had to go to court for the rights to use names Metallica, Lego, and Elvis. They all won. They got to use them, so that's not even banned.
There's a kid somewhere in Sweden named Lego.
I'm more excited about Metallica. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of dope. IKEA.
That makes sense.
Sweden will not let you name your baby after the company.
There's
Don't look at my list.
Sorry. There was a video I saw the other day where I'm pretty sure it was like a joke video, but it was like British baby names are weird, and it's some like sort of like Baby Einstein sort of song and like the teacher singing to little babies, and it's like, hello, Lupita, I'm very excited to meet you. Hello there, Megatron, and thank you for coming to class. Like that sort of a thing, and it has to be a joke. But if there's a baby in the UK named Megatron, that baby is going to either get bullied the most or everyone's going to be scared of him. And it all depends on the kid's attitude toward his name.
This one is just a period.
Just the dot?
They would have pronounced it full stop.
Wait.
Which is a dope rap name.
Wait. The parents said we would like to name our child the period symbol, but pronounced full stop?
Yes. Yeah, that's what period is.
Wh-
Whoa!
What?
In Japan, parents in Japan wanted to name their child Akuma, which means devil. And the case received so much attention that a member of the Prime Minister's cabinet issued a statement guiding parents against the name.
I believe Akuma is the name of one of the Tekken characters, I
Now
think.
you know. Oh, well, this is the Japanese symbol that means water and child. Get that out of my face.
You just need to tip it up so that you're talking into the side.
I can't see the thing.
Give me. Is there any other good ones like Albin?
Well, I'm not gonna say the second one because it's inappropriate. But there's another list of 3. RoboCop and Facebook have also been outlawed.
Can you show me it?
Nope. Linda.
Linda.
It's banned in Saudi Arabia.
You can't. There's no Lindas in Saudi Arabia.
Tom.
What?
Portugal has banned Tom.
If our
Thor.
if our Uncle Tom shows up to Portugal, are they like, you need to leave?
Yes. Portugal also forbids non-Portuguese names, including Thor. They have a list of 82 pages of names that have been banned in Portugal. Thor, Nirvana,
Interesting.
and Paris are included on that list.
Nirvana.
Snake.
Interesting. Have
You
you
can't name your
ever
kid
have
Snake
you ever
in
thought
Malaysia.
have you ever thought of a name where you're like, like now, even if it was a kid, looking back, where you were like, I want to name my kid this one day, and it's like weird?
There's the ad symbol again.
Ooh.
No.
Because for a little while when I was a kid,
Switzerland has also put a stop to religious names that cause kids undue harm. So Judas got rejected.
oh,
Sorry, Judas. Oh, and Lucifer.
I for a little while thought I would name my kid Anakin.
Just the letter J.
because I
That's
really
bad.
liked Star Wars.
That's just dope.
What, Anakin?
Yeah.
I know a guy at college whose best friend from back home.
Sarah.
His name is Anakin. The name's Sarah.
With an H. The H is there? Yeah. We barely noticed the difference between Sarah and Sarah, but in Morocco, one letter makes all the difference.
Can you just like click through and find like the funny ones like Albin?
I'm
Because
trying.
oh my gosh, watching you click from phrase to
Diamond.
Albin.
Diamond and Jinx are banned somewhere.
Diamond and Jinx.
It's banned. Some guy wanted to change his name to 1069, and they said no.
Wait, the number or the like spelled out words 1069?
The number. Numbers are not allowed as names. This is a good one. This may be on par with Albin.
Oh my
And this may
gosh.
be the title of today's episode.
Okay.
Tulula does the hula from Hawaii. That's the name.
The name is Tulula does the hula from Hawaii?
Yes, that whole thing was one
That
name.
reminds
in
me-
New Zealand, no less.
Wait, dude, that reminds me of the one in the Mabim Bam episode where that one person wanted to name their dog Jimmy.
Wait! Stop talking.
Okay,
This is better.
probably.
When Tulula does the hula from Hawaii turned 9 and complained about her name at a family court hearing, her parents actually lost custody of her because the judge was so profoundly concerned about the very poor judgment. After the guardianship arrangement was altered, the girl was allowed to legally change her name. That's very
Where's my
good.
phone? I need to start taking more notes. I need to make a note that that's going on the pod. That's going on the clips. The
Banned
clips.
baby names USA. I just want to do this for the next hour. Illegal baby names in USA and around the world. List of illegal baby names in the United States.
That's good enough. I really hope that I remember
This is
when
the
I
same website I was just on.
tomorrow or the day after when I am editing and I look back at my notes and I just see the word 23 Tulula. I hope I remember.
Let me write down the name though, so that you don't, because that's gonna be the title. The title of this episode is Tulula from the
Tulula does the hula from Hawaii. What I was going to say was that reminds me of in Mabim Bam when one person wrote in and said that they wanted to name their dog Jimmy's Fiesta Party on the House. I feel like that has the same energy as Tulula does the hula from Hawaii. They'd probably be best friends.
Okay, wait. I'm trying to find.
Do you want to? Okay, how about this? You do some research. I'll read one of my Reddit stories.
There's the Albin one
we
that
can-
popped back up again.
I think Albin's the funniest thing.
Rocky is banned in Mexico. Burger King, Rolling Stone, all power.
Burger King.
Facebook, and then in parentheses because it lacks meaning. Also, Harry Potter.
Okay, Tucker. Here's a
007 is banned in Malaysia. That's kind of crazy. Messi is banned in Argentina.
Ooh.
I can live without it. I can live without it.
Okay, listen. This is a Reddit confession that I read and thought of you because we talked about this like sometime last week. My boyfriend revealed to me that
Start
him
over.
My boyfriend revealed to me that him and his father are a part of the Scientology religion.
Very good.
We've been together for 5 months, and I'm already so in love with him. I don't know anything about this religion other than the fact that people claim it's an evil cult. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry. This is my new favorite thing to do.
Are you just looking at baby names still? Did you hear anything I just said?
Something about Scientology. Osama bin Laden is banned in Germany.
There was one time we were sitting.
Chief Maximus is banned in New Zealand.
There was one time we were sitting in history class, and our history teacher clicked like to the next slide, and we were like talking about modern history, and so we were going to talk about 9/11, and he clicked it, and a picture of Osama bin Laden came up, and one girl was laying on her table, lifted her head, looked at the board, and just loudly went, "Isn't that Barack Obama?" And people turned around, and they were like, "Huh?" And she was like, "Wait, no, Osama bin Laden." And they were like, "Just go back to sleep." I need you. Listen, you can't just read baby names because I need your energy to bounce off of it. Right now, it's bouncing like I threw a brick at a brick wall.
Bricks bounce.
Now,
Banned baby names that you need to be aware of. Oh, these are new ones, kind of.
oh my gosh. Can you please say something about the Scientology story we just read?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh my gosh. Basically, the girl was like, I've been dating my boyfriend for a while, and he just told me they're a part of Scientology. I don't
Martian
know
is
what to do.
banned in the UK.
Okay.
Chow Tao is also banned in the UK.
Oh
That means
my
smelly
gosh.
head.
Chow Tao means smelly head.
Rogue
in
is
the UK.
banned. That name's dope. Illegal baby names in France. MJ, setting.
No!
Mini Cooper. And then in parentheses, we can't quite believe this one.
Hold on. Do you think in the French dubbing of Spider-Man?
Hey, okay, this is that Germany has banned Adolf Hitler. Do you think that's Germany going like, no guys, we get it. He was bad.
We can't do
Please stop being mad at
We
us.
can't listen.
We can't change that.
We understand he's bad. We can't change that. But also we don't
This
want
is
to
a
take
good
another
list.
chance.
Australia, IKEA, Ranga, which is kangaroo, LOL,
LOL.
Batman, Snort, also Hitler, Spinach, Christ, Dame, God, Satan, Brother, Sir, Prime Minister, and General.
Wait, so you can't name a kid brother?
No.
Can
Why
you-
would you?
Can you imagine if some very, very salty parents named their daughter brother, and so they brought it home to the brother? It was like, this is your new sister, brother. And he was like, huh? It's like, this is your new sister, brother. And she's like, is it a boy or a girl? I'm gonna pretend like you're laughing at me.
Denmark
And
has
my
banned
jokes.
the name anus. That's it. That's all I'm laughing at.
Tucker.
The only banned baby name in Hungary is Stefan. But you can't. No, it's Steven, but you can give them the name Stefan. That's very good.
Okay.
Hermione is banned in Mexico. Terminator is also banned in Mexico. Christmas Day, banned in Mexico.
You can't name your kid Christmas Day.
No.
That
The
makes sense.
slash symbol is banned in New Zealand.
Is it the backslash though?
Yes. This is a name in brackets is
Mhm.
banned. Like not that name, but if the name has parentheses around it, no. Oh, that's bad. Commodore is banned. This is New Zealand still.
I thought you were looking for ones in the U.S.
Apparently, the USA doesn't have any banned baby names except that you can't make them a number or a symbol or something like that. But there's like,
Did they tell Elon that?
well, someone forgot. Tulula
Mm.
does the hula in Hawaii. It's so good.
I still just think the shock factor of Albin is funnier to me. Just because it was like an actual word, looks like somebody's just punched their keyboard 6 times, and then that's my baby. His name's Alvin. Albin.
Can you tell me about Scientology again now?
Okay, we'll circle back. Here's what it is. This was a confession on our / confession. My boyfriend revealed to me that him and his family are a part of the Scientology religion.
Yes.
We've been
Is your
together.
boyfriend Tom Cruise?
That's what I'm thinking. We've been together for 5 months, and I'm already so in love with him and his volleyball abilities.
Yeah, Tom. Oh my gosh, it's
I
so
don't
is
know.
Tom Cruise.
Well, I added the volleyball part. I don't know anything about the religion other than the fact that people claim it's an evil cult. I don't know what to do.
Join it.
I think you know more about Scientology.
You got
than
your
I
in,
do.
man.
That's true. If you're dating Tom Cruise, he's like the big man there.
You
isn't
got
he?
your in Scientology.
Isn't Tom Cruise? Oh no, his best friend is the big man in Scientology.
Yeah. The headmaster. The headmaster of
Mm,
Scientology.
The headmaster of Scientology. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that South Park did an episode on it, and it made one of their cast members mad, and so he quit.
Yes.
Chef.
Chef. That's
Yep.
why Chef is dead.
Mm.
And the episode that he dies,
Yeah.
they he's talking like robotic-ish, and they're like, something's wrong with Chef. We gotta figure it out. And it must have just now looking back on it now in this moment, that was them going, we're just gonna take old lines that he said and throw them in here so that he's still talking. But it's very good.
That's good.
No, listen, if you got your in Scientology, man,
Have you gotten
kill it from the inside. You know,
Ooh,
get in there.
double agent that?
Really, just kind of Ethan Hunt it. Throw
No,
Tom
you
Cruise's
can't.
own character
No,
back
no,
into
no,
his
because
face.
Tom Cruise will catch that if you're trying to pretend to be Ethan Hunt.
No, Tom Cruise is a very dumb boy.
No, no, no. He'll know, and he'll go, "What'd you just say to me?" And then he'll drive a motorcycle off a cliff and jump
And then
at you.
he'll be like, I accept.
What?
The Mission Impossible trailer is very bad.
What do you mean?
The first time I saw that trailer, and I've seen it 2 times since then. It's a very poorly done trailer, I think. It makes the movie look terrible.
I just know Mantis shows up in it.
Was that Mantis?
Yep.
I thought that it was a different girl.
The girl with the tear. I think
Tom
it's a tear.
Clemente.
Is Palm. She seems very fun to be
She
around.
does seem fun to be around.
But yeah, I saw a thing where, in one day of filming, Tom Cruise drove that motorcycle off a cliff 6 times.
Yeah. Well.
And it'd be things where like he'd land, and the director was like, "Okay, Tom, that was good," and Tom was like, "No, I can hold on to the motorcycle for 6 seconds longer, and then I'll drop it and pull the chute." And
Tom
they were
Cruise is an
like,
idiot.
Tom, you don't need to do that. He's like, "I'll be going back up the mountain now." And they were like,
Unless
"Okay."
Tom Cruise ever wants to be on this podcast, he's an idiot.
I don't know. Tom Cruise doesn't seem like the kind of guy I'd want to have a conversation with.
I would love to hear about Scientology from Tom Cruise.
That's different. If we had him on for that, I'd be interested to hear just because I'm curious about that sort of thing.
We'd have to have like 4 bodyguards. Just
But
in
if
case.
us just trying to talk to Tom Cruise, I don't think that'd work.
Well, if we go, hey, how was Top Gun?
Okay, I want us to hear right now, dream guest on the podcast. Who is yours?
Probably a comedian of some sort.
Okay,
I think they're fun to talk to.
true.
Not that like actors wouldn't be fun to talk to, but stand-up comedy is more of
That's true. And most of them are faster on their feet with comedy, and so they can like think of jokes.
like
really
John Mulaney would be
good.
fun.
John Mulaney would be good. I feel like of the comedians, I feel like talking to Bert might be fun, Bert Kreischer, but I just don't
He has
think
such
he's
a soft side of him.
I know,
too.
exactly.
He's so
But I
great.
just feel like I don't know if he would fit our audience well. At least the audience you're
well,
shooting
when
for.
we grow up and we've both quit our jobs and we're doing this full time, I don't care about our audience anymore. You know,
Okay. We can talk about this
if
more
I'm saying
later.
if this thing blows up in the world,
Hopefully.
I'll care less about it. But right now, it's just our church and school friends.
Here's the thing. Yeah, okay. We'll figure that out later. So that would be fun. I mean, mine, other than the obvious Chris Pratt, because I love Chris Pratt, I think it'd be awesome to, like, maybe someone less known. Like, I
I want
think,
to talk to Homelander, not the actor. I just want to talk to Homelander and see what he's like as a person and really just get into it.
I think it'd be awesome to talk to somebody like Roger Craig. I think his name is Roger Craig Smith. I think I'm getting the last name wrong. It's the guy who voiced, his biggest thing right now is he's the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog. But he has been on so many different animated shows and animated video games and has voice acted so many people. I would just want to hear about all the different studios he's worked with and that sort of thing. I think that'd be super interesting.
Assassin's Creed, he's Sonic, he's Hawkeye in the Unikitty show. He plays Batman in Batman Ninja.
Really? I watched that.
He was in Planes.
I feel like I can always recognize his voice. Maybe it's because I wasn't like listening for. He voiced like everybody in regular show. He had one named character and then just voiced a bunch of side characters. And it was always fun when me and my roommate Chad were watching through regular show. It just became a fun game where we would both try to like recognize Roger, and I was a lot better at it than Chad was. We would do that,
Yeah.
and we would do it with Mark Hamill because Mark Hamill did a lot of voices for regular show too. He voiced Skips, and he then voiced a bunch of side characters, and I was a lot better at picking out Mark Hamill than Chad was. But yeah, regular show had a lot of like recycled voice actors, which made it a lot of fun when like a new character, like a little side character, would walk on screen.
Oh, the guy that played Mordecai's in Close Enough.
He wrote Close Enough
Oh.
because his name is J.G. Quintel. He initially wrote like a little short for his art like animation school final, which gave way to the designs for Mordecai and Benson, where these two guys are working at a gas station and then they end up getting really high and they start hallucinating and they both turn into Mordecai and Benson.
Did Rigby help with that show at all too, or just Mordecai?
I don't think so. Do you want to know something I learned?
What?
You just finished playing Spider-Man PS4.
Yes.
Yes? The voice actor for Doc Ock in that game,
Yeah.
Rigby. I will show you a TikTok when we're done where it takes his whole like ending speech from the end of the game, like the Peter come back, you promised you'd never leave me, like that whole speech, and then butts it right up against something Rigby says, and you can hear it. Like you can hear it once you know it's coming. But oh my gosh, it's crazy.
That
yeah.
is pretty kooky.
He made Regular Show, and that blew up. Like that had 8 seasons and a movie. It did
6 seasons in a movie.
exactly. It did very, very well. And then Close Enough wasn't supposed to go up on some channel, and then it moved to a different channel. Then COVID hit. Then it was going to be on a different channel, and then eventually ended up maybe on Adult Swim, and then they pushed it onto Max. It was a Max original, an HBO Max original.
Close enough.
Close enough. And it ended up only getting 2 seasons.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's done now.
I know, and then it was one of the shows that in like the purging of a bunch of animated shows off of HBO Max, it's gone now. You can't watch it anymore. Which made me sad. I watched it before Regular Show, and I loved it.
It's on Prime.
It's on Prime?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Jason Mantzoukas is in it.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, he plays, the main character's name is Josh, voiced by J.G. Quintel. He's Josh's best friend. I think it's fun that J.G. Quintel is like Lin-Manuel Miranda in the way where he's like, I'm going to write a show, and then I'm going to be the main character.
There's a lot of people like that.
There's a lot of people like that, and JG is one of them. But
Infinity Train is gone. It's nowhere for free anymore.
Exactly.
Each episode is 99 cents on YouTube.
Yeah. Also, I think I don't know if it was a fan or if it was one of the creators, but they were like, guys, it's about to get ripped off of HBO Max. You're not going to be able to watch it anywhere. Here's a link to download every episode. Do it fast. And so Chad has it on a flash drive. He has a flash drive that he has labeled Infinity Train, and it's the only thing. It's that and then a Baldi's Basic mod that he was making and then gave up on is the only things on this flash drive, and he'll pass it out like he's like, you need to watch this show. Here, take my flash drive. All the episodes are on it. We watched it last year with a bunch of people at college. It's really good. If you have the money to spend to watch it on YouTube, highly recommend. It's so good.
I'm gonna probably buy the Bim Bam show for you and I to watch.
Okay.
The whole show is $10 on Amazon.
Sure. I'll watch it.
And each episode is $3. So it's a steal.
How many episodes?
6.
Oh. That is a steal. All right. Do you want to do one of your stories or do you want me to do my last one?
Yeah.
All right, you do yours.
Okay. I have 3 daughters. 2 of them are twins and they're graduating from middle school. My oldest daughter is graduating from high school. Here's the thing. Both graduations take place on the same day. My wife and I decided that half of the family will attend the twins' middle school graduation and the other half will attend our eldest daughter's high school graduation. My wife really wanted to go to our daughter's high school graduation, so I said I would go to the twins' graduation just so at least one parent would be there. I actually really want to be there for my eldest daughter's graduation. This is a big moment for her. She only graduates high school once. If I don't go, the twins will still have their brothers, aunts, and uncles at their graduation. This is only a middle school graduation. I don't think it's as big a deal as high school graduation. They'll have another one in a few years. So I told my wife I think we should both attend our eldest daughter's graduation, and she responded by saying the twins are counting on me to be there, and by not going, I will be letting them down. She says when they find out I didn't go just to attend my other daughter's graduation, they'll be crushed. I still really want to go to my eldest daughter's graduation, but what my wife said is making me feel terrible about skipping the twins' graduation. Would I be delightfully bonkers?
This is a tricky one.
No,
you
it's
picked
not.
2 parenting ones.
This is an easy one.
Here's the thing.
You go to your older daughter's graduation.
Really?
Were you going to say the other one?
I was going to say...
Here's the thing. Middle school graduation does not matter.
It's stupid.
High school graduation is one time.
Exactly. But
And
here's...
it's not like If you go to the middle school graduation, you will never see your daughter graduate anything ever again. She's not going to college. She's stupid. If you go to the high school one, you will see those girls graduate high school in 4 years. This feels so easy in my head.
Listen, I know it's a similar sort of thing. I
Nope.
feel like here's what's catching me.
No.
It's a similar thing to I heard a Reddit story the other day where this one guy was like, I'm not gonna go and be there with my. Listen, this is on a much grander scale. I understand before you yell at me. It's not the same thing. This guy was like, I'm not gonna go to the birth of my child. It's not like my child will remember. And like all of the comments are like, yeah, but your wife's gonna remember, you idiot. It's like, if you, yes, going to your like senior, she's about to graduate, she's about to leave the house, all of that, that's super important. But at the same time, even though it feels like nothing to you, the two middle schoolers graduating would be heartbroken if neither of their parents showed up.
Yeah, but if they have other family there, and the high school girl's probably upset that none of her other family's going to her graduation, that only her mom's going.
It feels like this is a lose-lose for everyone.
No,
feels
it's not.
Like,
you go, hey, listen, kids, you guys are going to graduate again, and it's going to be way better, so I'm going to go to that one instead. And they go, cool, Dad, you're right. You should probably go to our other graduation.
I was about to say, I do feel like this is something they should bring up with the daughters and just be like, hey, guys.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying the dad just skips out and goes like, tee hee hee, I won't tell them.
It just seems like something where the parents should be like, hey there, daughters, this is the situation. What do you want us to try and do?
Yeah.
And then if like there's a chance the middle school twins are like, the middle school graduation is stupid. We do not care if nobody's there. We do not want to be there. That's understandable. But if the middle school kids are like, yes, our sister's graduating, but we just made it through middle school. It was so awkward and so terrible. Like we would
say, sorry, kids.
We'd really appreciate it if you could try and make it, or if at least some of the family could try and make it.
Well, the dad is saying he will go to the older sister's graduation, and he will none of her brothers are going to go to their older sister's high school graduation.
Yeah.
They're going to the middle school thing. Aunts and uncles are going to the middle school thing, which I still think is stupid.
I think a middle school graduation.
If I have a child one day, and they have a middle school graduation, I will say you were not going to that.
Our middle school didn't really have a graduation. What they did was they had like the award ceremony thing.
Yeah.
And that just like led into like and we're saying goodbye to, like, the 8th graders get to leave first. We're saying goodbye to them.
Yeah, that's not graduation. That's not a whole event. That took 30 seconds.
That's not graduation. I feel like that is what an 8th grader deserves. It's like you made like some sort of recognition of like, great job, you made it through.
Or good job, you did what every other person in the world has ever done.
But like do it at like the senior send off. Like our high school did a thing where it's like on the last day the seniors were there, they let everyone out of class like 5 minutes early. And they made a tunnel through the hallways of the school, and all the seniors walked past everyone and was like, goodbye, goodbye, away we go.
And then they didn't do anything else for us.
I feel like doing that is the perfect thing to do for an 8th grader. Because then like everyone looks and it's like they're acknowledging the fact that like middle school is tricky in different ways to high school. It's like, you did it. You made it through middle school. Good job. Proud of you. Get out of here. You deserve it. That's all an 8th grader should deserve. But that's true. I don't know. I would probably...
No, this is not... It wouldn't even be a thought in my brain. I'd be like, sorry, kids. Maybe next time.
I'd probably end up going to the high school graduation.
If
you didn't go,
I would be mad at you.
I would definitely make it a thing to the like the middle schoolers. If they were like, but we'd really like you to come, Papa. I'd be like,
no.
Listen, I swear, nothing in the world will stop me from being at your high school graduation. But your
sister, I would hope so.
Your sister is about to go away forever.
Yeah, she's never come back.
Never come back.
You ever think about that? Summer is the longest time we'll ever spend at home again the rest of our lives.
Whoa. That's kind of crazy. That's really crazy. Wow,
All right, this is a confession.
Okay. Oh, you found a confession.
Yeah.
Can I read my confession first?
Nope. I used to work in the business office for a huge medical clinic. You look happy. There was one girl who was the manager's secretary. She was really petite, very pretty, and a little Southern belle. She was the darling of the office, but she was a bully. She made fun of everyone who was overweight to their faces in front of everyone. I had just had my daughter.
Michael Scott.
No, that's different. I had just had my daughter, and she was relentless when I went to McDonald's for lunch one day. You should have gotten a salad, for crying out loud, Piggy. That was in quotation marks.
I think you're gonna run.
Because she was the prima donna in the office and the head of HR was her mom's BFF, nothing ever happened to her.
Oh gosh.
Fast forward years later, I took my nephew to a birthday party this weekend. She was there with her 3 kids. Turns out 5 marriages and 3 kids have not been good to her. She's pushing 300 pounds on a 5'3" frame. Those good looks up and left a decade or 2 ago. She saw me and her jaw dropped. She said in the fakest voice and smile she could muster, "You look so pretty. I had no idea you were that pretty. You're so tiny." I just smiled and said, "Yeah, I know," and walked away. Or this is petty revenge, not confessions.
Okay.
This is very
okay.
good.
That lands better. I wanted this to end more like the scene in Burt Kreischer's movie The Machine, where his
I'm so excited to have that post tomorrow.
I don't know how that works. We'll figure it out. Where his wife is like, that person over there is going through a divorce. Don't say anything mean. It's like, hey, Kreischer, no booze. Hey, Martha, no husband. Like, I wanted that sort of a thing where it's like, she's standing there. It's like, we were at a birthday party. She had a plate of cake. And I went over and she's like, wow, you're so small. You're so tiny. And I would have looked at her and I would have slapped the cake right into her face and said, should have gotten a salad, Biggie. And then I would have like flipped my hair so that it hit her in the face. And then I would have strutted away on my small petite frame that I worked hard for. You know?
Yeah.
But like the good side of my brain is saying, why can't we all just be nice to each other? Like, you hated it when she was mean to you. Don't be mean to her back. Which she wasn't. She was like, yeah, and then left. She was not mean to the big woman.
I cut out the rest of it because it was more aggressive, but it was like, and then she just didn't really talk to her the rest of the day. And that was making the other girl very upset.
Didn't talk to her at the party?
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, there are people...
I wouldn't either.
I was going to say, there are people that when I go to, like, functions and I see them, and like, they started something, I'm like, oh, yeah, wait, over there, and then I'll, like, walk away. And then I won't ever come back. And then they'll find me again and say something else, and I'll always be like, yeah. Oh, over there, and then I'll walk away again.
I'm out of Reddit things.
I have one more.
Okay.
And I'm excited about this one. Are you ready? This is another confession. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hannah Montana at 25 years old? Okay. I'm almost 26. Now, why do you open with that?
Okay.
I am almost 26. I came across a TikTok of Miley Cyrus. Everyone was making fun of how deep her voice was. Yes, she has a deeper voice than average voice for a woman of her age. So what? Who actually cares? My gosh. For what it's worth, I love it. Anyway, I then ended up on YouTube watching old Hannah Montana episodes, and oh my gosh, I have not laughed so hard as I have in the last hour. Then I have in the first... Hold on. I have not laughed as much as I have in the last hour then I have in the last few years.
Very good.
I watched Hannah Montana many, many years ago on Disney Channel as it was aired live. Even though I loved it then, I appreciate it so much more now. There are so many adult, older than younger teenager jokes, and seeing how Miley has lived her life thus far makes watching Hannah Montana more enjoyable than it ever had been in my entire life. What a well-written show that has the best memories for me. Forever grateful. I don't think this is a confession.
No, I think this is just her talking about her love for her.
I think
old
this
HM.
is her just getting pumped about Hannah Montana.
You know what? Reboot it.
Reboot? You want a Hannah Montana reboot?
Yes, but only if Billy Ray's there.
So do you want it to...
And they sing Horses in the Back.
I forgot he did
Jason
that song.
Earl sings the rap part.
So would this one be like a new star is living the double life, or is it Miley again?
She's trying it again, but she's old now.
But everybody knows.
No, not now.
In the show, hold on. In the show, does anybody ever find out that Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus are the same?
The friend.
No, the friend knows, but does the
Mitchell
public?
Musso finds out.
Yeah, her friends end up finding out.
I don't remember ever watching the last episode of that show.
I remember Paisley watched through a bunch of it before Disney Plus was a thing, and it was on Netflix.
Probably. So I don't know actually, but I think that we say.
Was it?
But
Did it
everyone's
end
forgotten
like?
about her.
Did it end like the first Iron Man movie where she like goes to a press conference? And she's like, "I am Hannah Montana," and then everybody tries to
And
ask
then
her
the credits
questions, and
roll.
she scurries out.
And she's a cheeseburger.
And then she like turns the hair and she like shifts and she's like, "No, that is the best of both worlds." Like she does at the end of the
Yeah,
theme
and then
song.
she never did anything ever again.
Well, she did Wrecking Ball and Party in the USA, right? That was Miley. Okay, just making sure. I said it and then immediately thought, "Oh crap, was that actually the girl who sang Friday?" Rebecca
Who's
Swan.
singing Friday?
I think it's Rebecca Black. Rebecca Black.
Rebecca
think.
Black.
I'm saying it with confidence, so I'm not looking it up. It was Rebecca Black.
For sure.
Yeah. So what would the plot be? She's just trying to be Hannah Montana again.
She's trying to be Hannah Montana around.
Would it then just everybody be like, Miley, you're already famous?
They'd be like,
And she's like, I am
no,
not
no,
Miley.
No, it's not Miley. It's so Hannah Montana has failed. She's down in the dump. She's a waiter somewhere.
Okay.
She's fat.
Much like the woman in the last story.
Yeah, she's ugly.
Okay. Her
And,
voice is so deep.
Her voice is so
She's
deep.
actually voiced by, I'm trying to think of a good deep voice actor. Ah, crud. I flubbed it.
You got it.
I flubbed it.
No, come on.
But the
let's go.
comedic timing.
Come on.
She has a voice like Idris Elba. She's voiced by Idris Elba.
That's pretty good. I'll give it to you. What did the judges say? Yep, we're good.
Nice.
Yeah. Miley Cyrus is voiced by Idris Elba in round 2. Hannah Montana is played by Reba McEntire.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
wait,
then,
so is Miley in this show?
Well, yes, she plays Miley.
She
but
plays
lip-syncs
Miley.
all of her own lines, and Idris Elba does the voice. And
Got
then Reba
it.
is Hannah Montana.
Okay.
Billy Ray is played by Kid Rock.
Did you
But
ever?
it's not really Kid Rock. It's just Dr. Phil dressed up like Kid
I was
Rock.
about to say.
And Jason Earls is still there because he's good.
Jason Earl.
The brother.
I don't remember Jason Earl.
He was Rudy in Kickman.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in that show.
Yeah, he's a brother.
I remember that there was the one kid, like the little kid who ended up being, I believe, in Kicking It.
No, his brother.
His brother. Because I remember people talk like when it like the Riz trend first started, people brought him back up because there was a lot of times in that show where like he would show up and he'd be like Miley, and then get like the
Well, yeah, that's
the
good.
eyebrow.
You did that. That kid's played by The Rock.
No, he's not. You said it
He
was
is now.
what?
In the reboot.
Oh, in the reboot.
In the reboot, if you ever touch my leg.
I didn't
Hit
touch
you
your
with
leg. I
this dolphin.
gestured at your
I'll hit
leg.
you with this dolphin.
I gestured at it.
If you haven't watched the video version of our podcast, watch it. We're so physically comedic, and we have a dolphin.
I was trying to think if there's anything I could do physically real quick. But I can't. Hold on. Hold on, it's happening. I'm having a baby. Shoot, I have a sneeze that's not coming out.
Okay, well, while you try to seize, I'm gonna wrap it up a little bit. Guys, that's it. We're done. If you want to try and send us stuff,
Everything sucks.
if you want to try and send us stuff, we would love it. But don't
Send us
pressure
Tuck
into
Nose
doing it.
questions. Send us Reddit stories that you find if you scour Reddit more than we do.
It's how the brother side lives at Gmail. Follow us on Instagram.
All one word, no capitals.
We're gonna be better about posting clips, aren't we, Sam?
I post it every week on the Instagram.
But we're gonna post more clips. Because you think
Are we?
You expect yeah. People only listen to us once a week. We have to get in the algorithm, bud.
I tried. Listen, last time I tried to put 2 up for the last podcast, and I was like, "You got to help me out thinking of one," and then you never got back to me.
I tried my best.
I did too, and I couldn't think of a single funny thing.
That's not my fault.
I did mark. I marked. I know I have 2 in mind, but they're both about names, so we'll see what that happens about the names. I want to talk about Albin, and I want to talk about Tulula.
Yeah, well, Tulula.
Because those are both hilarious. Maybe we can talk about the Hannah Montana reboot. That'll make a good clip.
Very good clip.
I would like to thank Joel Kent for the use of our theme song, Night or Two, off of the album Clouds, or off of the EP Clouds.
Good work. I was definitely gonna forget that.
That's fun. I'm pretty pumped about that. I think he's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna work and try and figure some other things out.
There's that. Please send us things. Please share the podcast with friends. because we're trying our darndest.
Yeah.
And it's not working out.
If you guys post the stuff on your stories, if we post a clip or something, let other people know about it.
That'd be awesome. It'd be very good. I'd appreciate it.
And
a
we want to
lot.
know if you're listening to it too, so that's cool for us.
Yes, please.
Okay, well,
Are we forgetting anything?
nope. Goodbye, take well.
What is it with you? That I believe that there has been one.
I'm Tucker.
And I'm Sam.
Let the battle
Let the battle
begin.
begin.